Alright, welcome back to Terminal Garage. So today we're going to be carrying on with the Suzuki Carry Rescue. And as you saw in the last video, we got the engine fully assembled and it's ready to go in, and that's what we're doing today. Put this engine back into the truck, hook it all up, and see if this thing starts. So let's just get right to it. So I've already got it jacked up on jack stands, but that's not quite high enough for the engine to slide under. So I'll just carefully jack this thing up a little higher, slide this under, and then put it back down onto the jack stands. So I found the easiest way to put these in is actually just go ahead and jack the transmission up. You can almost just lift it up and put that bolt into the bracket up there on the frame. And with the engine like that, then it's really easy to just put a jack under the rest of it, just jack it up and hook up your motor mounts right up there. So that's what we'll do. All right, I got that bolt in. So basically now the engine is supported on the back. And now I've got the jack under the motor here. And basically just jack it up. It's really easy. And then just put the bolts in on the motor mounts, like I say. So I have the motor mount on the passenger side, or sorry, I guess it would be the driver's side, the right side, that's done up. And the left side of the vehicle is still down quite a bit. So it's held up on two. So now basically I've just gone up here, made sure everything is, nothing's binding anywhere. And I can just jack this up with my foot until it hits the body right there. Bolt the other motor mount on. All right, I just got the clutch hooked up and I thought, you know what, I'll show you how to adjust this clutch. Right down here is a wheel that you spin, and that is your clutch adjustment. If you ever need to adjust your clutch, that's where it is. You can get to it from the bottom of the vehicle as well. All right, so now it's time to hook all this stuff up. I'm just gonna hook up enough to get the engine started. I'm not gonna put the shift linkage or anything in right now. Yeah, computer's gotta get installed, fuel line installed. There's still some more wire harnesses gotta get installed on the back of the transmission. Coolant line's gotta go in. So hopefully I can remember how this all goes together, but there's only one way to find out. Let's get going. All right, everything is put together to the point where I can run it. There's a problem, one problem. I think the spring tension in the throttle return spring here isn't quite enough because the throttle cable is actually a little tight. Could have some corrosion in the cable, but it doesn't want to go back all the way. So I'm gonna take this apart, although it does seem pretty good. I'm gonna work on the throttle. And I don't know if it's in gear. That should be neutral. Yeah, that should be neutral. We got action. Oh, let's see if this thing will start. Of course, there's no fuel in the line, so it's going to take a bit to purge that out. Sounds good. I wonder if it's not getting any fuel. I should hear the fuel pump purge. I don't hear that, so maybe I've missed a connector somewhere. I'll go through it. Okay, so I followed the wiring harness back for the fuel pump, and it comes back in here. And I think one of these connectors wasn't quite clipped all the way. I had the hose off, the key on, and I was fiddling around here. All of a sudden, fuel started pouring out. A glug of fuel. So I know I'm getting fuel now. It wasn't before. And I'm getting a relay click when I turn the key on. So let's see if this thing will start now. I think it will. Okay, back to the drawing board. All right, I think I've got it now. So what happened was I pulled the spark plugs out, hooked them up to the coils, and I was getting no spark there. So there's something strange. So I pulled the computer out, and actually one of the plugs I had not pushed all the way until it clicked. I did that, I got spark. So I am very sure that this thing will start right now. Let's see. Okay, I shut it off because this throttle is going too high. It's not idling, it's going too fast. I'll try it again. Yeah, that's too fast. So there's something wonky with this throttle body. But hey, it started. Let's see if the oil pressure went up. All right. Well, that's good, but I gotta find out why that throttle is so high. So we'll dig into that. Okay, found out what the problem is. See these two vacuum lines right here that are open? Watch this. Runs perfect. Take this off. That's all it was. So I got no coolant in it, so I'm not gonna get too warm, but there you go. I'll get a hickey on my fingers. But anyway, I don't even know where these vacuum lines go to. I'll have to figure that out, but there you go. It's running. I got lots of still to hook up, coolant. I got drive shafts, lots of stuff, oil and transmissions. So anyway, we're good to go here. All right, I got coolant in it, and it's blowing nice hot air. Temperature's good. The exhaust pipe was full of water, so there's still a lot of steam coming out, but no smoke, just steam. The idle is a little high. I gotta figure out why it's idled so high like it is. Exhaust manifold is smoking a bit, but yeah, just residue burning off. But yeah. Running pretty good. All right, so I'm slowly getting the console put back together. But I have found there is a new problem. Actually, two problems. One I forgot about. One is the bushings in the shifter cables. They are broken. I'm going to have to get new ones. So that's something I've got to do. But more importantly, the shifter for four-wheel drive, it is seized. I cannot, it's the cable. Actually, it's not the cable. It's the lever. Oh, you can't see it from this side. It's actually on the transmission. where the problem is. So I'm gonna have to open up the back of the transfer case and find out why that lever is stuck. Well, at least I found this problem before I started putting the drive shafts and everything on. So to get, looks like to get at this, the lever is right on the top here. That is the actuator for the four-wheel drive. So it's right in this end. So it looks like all I need to do is remove all these bolts around here, and this whole back half will come off. Just disconnect these wires, disconnect that cable up there, and it should hopefully be fairly straightforward. All right, I'm about to call this a day, but some good news, and I don't know. Anyway, it's not the transmission that's locked up. Once I disconnected the cable, I could operate the lever. It is this little cable. That is the problem. The cable is seized up. So it's a very short cable. So I'm hoping that some penetrating oil down here and let it sit. Hopefully I can salvage it. All right, so the interesting thing is this cable spins. I can spin this here and the other end spins. So it's not completely seized, but it will not go in and out. So what I've done, I've just got this hanging on my vise. I've filled this with penetrating oil, and I'm gonna let that sit overnight, and hopefully it'll just wick its way down the cable and free it up. So we'll see in the morning. Okay, so I think that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Got a lot done. Obviously, the engine's installed, started it up, and it's running. Got the coolant in there. The last thing I gotta do basically is put the drive shafts in it and finish putting the console together and the seats in. And of course that cable. Hopefully that cable, I can salvage it. It's been a long time, this project. You know, waiting for parts is just a pretty common thing with these K-trucks if you run into an issue like I've had a couple things. So anyway, it is what it is, and we're getting there. So the next video, I fully anticipate we'll be going for a test drive on this thing. So if you haven't subscribed already, think about doing so, because you'll know when that video comes out. Thoughts and comments down below, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and have yourself a great day.